intake manifold on it. I think I did that the other day. I put the fuel pump on it. I put the little plugs in the water jackets in the sides of the heads. I got my battery voltage meter hooked up to a wire that will run to the distributor once I get it in there, and I've got the oil pressure gauge hooked up to there. I don't have the distributor in it, and what I want to do here is just turn it over until I see that this has fire. Now I want to move this wire to a safe place because I don't want to make sparks, and that's going to be the one that goes hot when I put the key on. And the way it works is you see that little meter jump up there when I turn it on. That shows I got battery, although I don't seem to have a lot. And I'm just going to spin it over if there's enough fire in this battery to do that, to get some oil pressure here. Oh, what do I see burning right there? Something got red hot. What the heck? Maybe that has a light in it. Nope. Maybe this gauge here needs to be grounded. Maybe because it's not grounded it did that. I bet that's it. Yeah, that's what it is, jumping out of the case on this gauge here. I could disconnect that, but I don't need that to be on, just to turn it over. I think I will. I just take that loose. Well, you did get to see a little fireworks there, unexpectedly. So I think what's happening here is by having the hot wire going over to this voltmeter, because the voltmeter isn't grounded, and there is a ground here that's probably meant to be hooked to that, it's grounding through the case, causing that little spark, which is not a big deal to fix. I don't need the voltmeter. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to have it hooked up. All I'm trying to do right now is see oil pressure in the gauge by spinning it over. So I'm disconnecting the voltmeter, so we won't have quite the circus atmosphere here. Sparks flying and all that. Bring y'all back over here and you can watch the oil pressure gauge with me. Well, you know what? I just remember I should have known this. The distributor drives the oil pressure pump. Yeah. See the bottom of the distributor shaft? Y'all can learn a little something from this. See if I can get you in a place where you can see. See that little piece right there? Well, that little piece right there goes down into the oil pressure gauge. It's down in there. What I'm going to do is just drop this back over in here. It should. Wow, that's hot. Why would that be hot? I wonder if something else is grounded out onto here. Anyway, when this turns around, this should drop down into place. When it does, it should fire off that oil pressure. Nope. Give me a little hand force on it. There. She's down on there now. What is hot? This is hot. Why is that hot? Alright. Let's reverse direction here and see what's going on. Something ain't right. There's something going on with this gauge here, because when I do that, I get a spark through this metal oil pressure line. I'm going to move this metal oil pressure line away totally. I think what's happening is a fire is feeding through this thing. I don't know why, but I'm just going to pull this up so that ain't touching anything. What I want to see is oil coming out of here. Alright, what's going on now? Okay, I got oil. Yeah. Let me tell you what I did. I manually operated the oil pump. So there's the, you see that little thing that looks like a slot? Well, it is a slot, and that's what that distributor goes into. And I manually operated it so that oil came up into this tube. Now I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put my hand right here on that. You should be able to see that right there. What happens is oil, I see oil right there. Now, that should spin this distributor shaft. When it's down in there, it should be being turned by this gear, which matches the gear on the camshaft. It is down in there. What happens is when this falls down in there, when you get to the right place, and it may not have fallen down into the right place yet. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at my wiring because something ain't right, and then I'll get back to y'all after I figure out what's going on here. Well, I had a pretty interesting day in the peat garage today. That right there is a big puddle of oil. That oil came out of the front of this engine, and it came out in a place where it should not be leaking. Let me see if I can locate my flashlight. I had it in my hands a little while ago. But that brought me to a stopping place. I looked down and had oil under there, and it looks like it's coming out. Well, you can actually see a drip right there. So there's the oil pan, there's the timing chain cover. I have that very kind of expensive one-piece oil pan gasket, and it looks to me exactly like it's coming over the gasket and under the timing chain cover gasket. So tomorrow morning, first thing I'm going to do is pop off the harmonic balancer, take off this timing chain cover, and take a good look at what's going on right there before I do anything else. Another odd thing that was happening was I kept getting some kind of electrical feedback through the metal oil pressure line, and I've got this battery grounded here. Well, I'm wondering if maybe that's just not a very good ground right there, and maybe the battery is trying to ground literally through that oil pressure line. I don't know. It's odd. I've never quite had anything like that happen before. But it's too late in the day to mess with it anymore. I am gonna walk away. I put the fuel pump on because basically it's kind of a big hole in the side of the motor where oil can come out if it's not on there, and I got the distributor in place, and I think it's set just about right for what the timing's going to need. So I'll be taking a little detour in the morning to take a closer look at what the heck is going on with that oil leak, and then after I get past that, we'll go back to seeing if we can get this thing to run. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. I'm done with it for the day. I'll be back in the morning. See you. Bye.